For the use of Google Docs, what I've enjoyed is collaborating with other gifted and talented teachers in other locations. We've actually been able to collaborate on projects for our students, working on the same document at the same time from different locations. And so this has given us the opportunity to work together, but at our own convenience. So, and this also translates to the students being able to work together on Google Docs, creating projects, and being able to share information very, very easily and quickly.
Along with what St. John said, if my friend and I are working in a group together, we can collaborate as when I'm home and he's also at his house. So I can edit part of my project and he can also work on his part of the project. But in the end, we can all work together and present our project together.
From a teacher standpoint, Google Docs is really amazing because I could take one folder for all of my LEAP students, put a document in there, and it would be instantaneously shared with them. They could look at it, they could make suggestions, comments, and then vice versa. They could create their own folder, put everything in it that they've collaborated on, that they've worked on, every single file, and then they could share it with me, and I could see exactly what they've worked on, who has done what. It's an amazing collaboration tool.
Google Docs has really streamlined the manner in which we work as a staff, as well as it streamlines down to the students. We're able to, as already mentioned, work at a more efficient and effective manner amongst staff members, departments, team members, and then with that experience, we're able to streamline how we work with our students in gathering information, as well as providing them feedback rapidly, quickly, and just making the whole process. Google Docs has made the whole process just streamlined for everybody, which gives us more time to do other things.
You might think that technology would make it more inside and make it more quiet inside the classroom, but it kind of went the opposite way. We had more collaboration, people trying to help each other on the projects, and hey, how'd you get this to happen? Special effects, everyone was engaged in the actual learning process about how to use the technology, and it was more collaborative than anyone would have expected.
All right, so I'm gonna go a little off, but it's really remarkable how there really is an app for everything. You always hear that there's an app for everything, but as far as it goes to drama and athletics and theater and band, all the fine arts programs, as well as English, science, math, reading, the things that we've done with our iPad, it's pretty shocking how much we've learned in the 10 weeks we've had them. And we're making fully presentations about subjects we would have never been able to do otherwise. And we're looking at full diagrams of human hearts. And as they've said, we're collaborating on documents miles away through voice call and through Google Docs. And in history, we're talking to robots that represent the people in history. So I can have a conversation with George Washington on a website. And it's really remarkable.
And not only do you have to be that far away, like to be miles away, but like we can work on a project together and we can be sitting right next to each other, but both looking at the same thing, and we can both be talking about it, but both be looking at it. And then if we want to work separately, then you can both be working on that same project that you're doing together, but different aspects of it, and you don't have to worry about, oh, well, she's working on it, so I can't, because it won't save. And it's like that continuous saving, and it's amazing. It's instantaneously amazing.
One thing that I think that has been really freeing going through this whole process of inviting these pieces, these different kinds of technologies into the classroom, is that the teachers didn't know what to do with it, and neither did the students. So it's created an environment where they have taken risks together. They've learned together. They're not afraid to learn from each other. It's not really the teachers burdening themselves with the responsibility of learning it before and then presenting it to the students. It's more about them going through this process together. And I think it's created real relationships between the students and the teachers on our campus that have been really positive and created the kind of learning climate that we are always striving to reach.
And these are the skills that are going to be really important in our 21st century jobs. Being able to critically think and problem solve, to be able to use these new technologies, that's really important. So I think that's also developing our skills more so we're more successful in the future.
I was going to say that there's been some moments of amazing, I guess, synergy between teachers, and students in the classroom. When we were starting this project, and it was a PBL, where we were creating a curriculum over 21st century skills, it really started out, and we didn't know exactly what it was going to look like. But because the students had the technology, and I had the technology and the iPads, we were able to have a conversation. What do we want this to look like? Well, what kind of apps can we find to create, the best possible things? And we had all the different kids in the classroom looking at stuff, finding things, saying, oh, look at this. Oh, well, come over here and look at what I just did on this. And if you combine this program with this program, we can make, this really amazing thing. And it was just a process. It was a process not where I was just being the teacher, but where they were really being interactive in their own learning and making decisions based on, what they wanted it to look like, and really took control of their education.
And expanding on this project, it's really remarkable how gone are the days of saving issues. Oh, is this going to save? I don't know. But now we know it's going to save, all in Google Drive, and all of our research is in one place. All of our findings is in one place. We all can see it for each other. And the work we've done in this 11 weeks, without the iPads and the strategic design, I have no idea how long it would have taken, maybe 2 years to make this curriculum.
And the fact that we can share information so quickly and easily with each other, it's cut down on a lot of paper in my classroom. So that's been a very positive outcome.
I know that it's been a learning journey for all of us. I'm pretty sure we can all agree that we have learned a lot about technology, how people interact. And I think that was the biggest aspect of this strategic design plan, and still is, that we are learning more about technology, about ourselves, than just the plan aspect of it.
Even working on this project develops still another capacity in our goals for education. It's problem solving. By going through, as all these speakers have said, by going through and learning together with students and teachers, we learn how to problem solve using ourselves, technology, and other students.
With the technology and us not knowing how to really do and use the technology to its fullest, we've really just experimented and we found really amazing things. And if we look at each other, what everyone else has done, everything looks different. No one has the exact same thing because everyone's experimented with different things with what they've thought was really cool.
And also, everyone kind of always thinks, well, that's the pros, but then what are the cons? And there are cons. I mean, we haven't perfected anything yet. I have to say, when the LISD everything went down the other day, we all pretty much had a mini heart attack. It was really scary because, we have projects due that day, so then the night before we can work on it. And so I think it's really important that we try to keep improving on what we have, but the benefits definitely outweigh the negatives on this issue.
Another thing that we can that students are able to do is we can Skype other students such in other countries or maybe other states and using Skype or FaceTime. A few months ago, our class FaceTimed another student, one of Miss St. John's cousins, I think, in Italy or England, and we were able to see how their culture was, how they acted, and how it was different from America. So that's another cool thing.
Yeah, that was really awesome. He was studying abroad, so it was definitely something that all of us have thought about we wanted to do in the near future. And so to be able to kind of look at that from even a student's aspects that they're really there, and he gave us insight on all these cool things, and it made us realize that it's not just parties and stuff like that. You're really learning when you go over there, which that was really cool.
I agree that that was a really fun experience talking to another student in a different country. Even that allows us to learn from other cultures, especially across such long distances such as oceans. We are able to learn from those cultures and appreciate them as well. We can gain knowledge and also come to appreciate our culture and their culture through the communication that we do with other students abroad.
I would also like to say it is really about communication. Technology is all about communication. That's just the main aspect. Being able to break down barriers and go across oceans, across continents, and learn from other students around the world trying out the same things that we are or going ahead of us. And that's an experience for all of us that we'll probably never forget. And I'm sure when I'm in college, I'll remember the student studying abroad, and I'll be able to learn from his experience using Skype, FaceTime, and other programs.
And teachers, I think we're teaching them just as much as they're teaching us as far as technology goes, finding the new apps and learning all the niches and tricks and all that good stuff within each app and program. And it is, as they said, it is a real learning curve, but the technology, our proficiency levels have expanded remarkably. It's really hard to gauge how much we've learned with these iPads and with the strategic design model and all this good stuff that the district is implementing.
With the technology and us really experimenting with it, sometimes we find something cool and we go and show our teacher, and their mind's blown at how we've done that. But then we show them, and it's super simple. And sometimes that happens with other students showing us how to do stuff. We're always learning something new when it comes to technology.
Another big skill that we use in technology, as Addie was talking about, is how we're able to do new things each time and expand our creativity. Because projects like the one-on-one program and the end of the year project for our class in Shadow Ridge, the boundaries are so flexible that it creates, as the strategic design allows, the environment to help us expand our creativity and kind of put our own personal touch into a project.
And in our project, we got to kind of research how much of an impact these core subjects have on our lives. And it made me value so much the teachers because, like, you think, well, you have to be self-motivated and you have to want to learn, which, I mean, all of us do. But the teachers also, they have to want to teach. They have to be so engaged and so amazed at what we're doing. And it really makes you want to learn more and to discover more and to make those amazing moments with your teachers.